I may have forgotten something. Hi. It's been quite a while since I've done some videos. My computer crashed. I lost all my stuff, even my intro video. Kind of bummed me out, and then YouTube's algorithm just kind of sucks, and you have to have content all the time. Well, your life gets in the way, and you just kind of get. But I got something today behind me. Oh shit, you can't even see it. Check out that beauty. So my buddy had a lot that he had all his cars parked in, and something happened with the owner of the lot, and she just didn't want to have his stuff there anymore. So he had to move it all, and he didn't have any room. You can't even see my face. He didn't have any room anywhere else, so I'm like, hey, bring some of your shit out here. I might screw with it. So he doesn't know I'm messing with this car, so shh, be quiet, don't say anything. This gem, this belonged to his aunt. They didn't want to get rid of it, they wanted it to stay in the family. He says it's got a spun rod bearing. I don't know, I pulled the stick, the oil looks pretty damn good. So either somebody was messing with it or whatever. He says this thing hasn't run in like 15, 20 years, been parked since, early 2000s. Was his aunt's car. This is not an El Camino. It is a GM. However, it is not a Chevy. It is a GMC. This is a 1978 GMC Caballero, something or other. Wait a minute, hang on a second here now. How do you say that? Google to the rescue. However you say that. GMC Caballero. So, let's see if I can get this thing running. Oh yeah, and I haven't done YouTube. God, this camera. I haven't done YouTube in so long that my camera's battery is completely toast. It doesn't really hold a charge, and I'm out in my backyard. So if you look, I had to run an umbilical cord out here, all the way from my shop, all the way out here, because I only had like 20 minutes of record time. When the battery gets that low, it just goes and it's gone. So he doesn't know I'm messing with his car, so shh, don't say anything to him. If we can get it running and it's got like a bad rod knock, that's it, I'm done. I won't do anything else with it. But let me take you out of the stand. We'll have a look at this car because it's pretty cool. He won't sell it to me because it's a family heirloom, but I'm like, come on, man, sell me this car. I need a little beater to run around and beat up. Alright, so let's go in and have a look at this thing. It's pretty cool. Yeah, obviously the headliner, you can't see shit. The headliner's fallen down. It's got stuff in it. Very cool car. What do we got here? What do we got for kilometers? 76,000. But what do they say? You watch the Vice Grip, and they tell you to Vice Grip Garage, and he says, look at the pedals, and that'll tell you if it's rolled over or not. Because these old cars, they didn't expect them to go 100,000 kilometers. But if we look, yeah, there ain't no rubbers left on there. Oh yeah, and it's also a factory 5-speed. I believe it to be a T5. So this car is a factory 350 5-speed car, which is quite rare. They remember 1978 is sort of, it's like the very, very end of the muscle car era. Muscle cars were about, running around in style, but with fuel mileage in mind. Most of these cars were 305s. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Do we have a clutch? No, yeah, we got a clutch. There is no, what am I trying to say here? Let's open the hood. Now, bear in mind, I haven't actually taken any, I haven't opened the hood. on this or done nothing with it. Oh shit, I need the stand. Okay, I'll put you in the stand. Open that hood. Fucking thing. Oh, it stays up. Yeah, she's obviously you can't tell small block to small block. Pretty sure it's a 350. See if we can find any markings or anything on it. Let's see, 350. Now it would be on the back of the block, but is there anything on here? Oh, right there. 350 cubic inches. All right. Pretty good looking. Pretty decent. I'm gonna put a ratchet on the crank and turn it over, but I think first I'm gonna see if I can get some oil, pull the plugs, and dump some oil down there, so if it has any chance of running, we don't wipe rings out right away. Ooh. Well, that wasn't very tight. This could be a sign of the things to come. Holy shit. Well, I'm thinking this was an oil burner, so... Oh, that's pretty... Holy shit balls. Okay, so maybe he was right. Maybe he does have a rod knock, because that's pretty gross. Ah, you know what I didn't do first? I didn't pull the stick. Wow, fuck, that looks brand new. Can you even see that? Look at that. Doesn't even smell bad. Okay, so that's weird. I expected that to be pretty black. I'm gonna pull the plugs out. Actually, let's see here. A little bit of ATF in the trans funnel. But I can't get just a little bit of oil down the side of here. Yeah, right. No, not doing this. WD-40 should work. Okay, I'm gonna pull all the plugs out, spray some juice in there, get a battery, and we'll see if she'll crank over. Alright, so pretty much the same for all the plugs. They're all pretty carboned up. So safe to say that this old 350, she's an oil burner. I mean, probably number 6 is probably the best one. And yes, I put them in order. So this bank doesn't look too bad until you get to that one. She's pretty crusty. So I think he was right. I think it's an oil burner. So that oil in it is probably just continually dumped into it. But I'm gonna grab a battery, we'll drop a battery in there, and we'll see if she can crank. Yeah, I put some juice down there too. Yep. I don't have a funnel. Excuse me. I don't have a funnel that has a whoop. So you know, any oil will do. WD-40 is pretty thin, but you spray it in there, at least it's got something to chew on. So I'm gonna grab a battery, we'll drop a battery in there, we'll see what comes alight in the dash, we'll see if she'll crank. Okay, so let's do that one. Ooh. What is that? Chassis ground, maybe? What is that? Ew. I'm gonna see if I can find a hunk of wire and I'll see if I can replace that. Looks like it had some type of bad chassis ground. Probably the body ground came off the block. There should be a body ground somewhere on the back of the block to the frame. I'm gonna get a hunk of wire and see if I can't do something similar to that over here. Okay, I took this battery up. Here's my my fix. And it was not a self-tapper, but it's a screw. It may as well have been a self-tapper, which is a no-no. Should be a nut and a bolt for a ground. Self-tappers come loose, they do not work properly. So many times have I fixed electrical shit for people because they use self-tappers. And over time a self-tapper hole will wallow out and it'll fall out of the hole and then you have no ground. Always use a nut and a bolt, never a self-tapper for ground. So far so good. I see no smoke. Cool. And I think I have to put the fan on because that water pump pulley. So the fan, the clutch fan bolts on here, and with no fan on there, the pulley is all loose. I gotta find the fan and throw the fan back on. That was easy. There's the fan. It's my biggest fan. Oh, thank you. Alright, I'm just gonna put the fan on. You don't need to watch me put every little nut and bolt on. I'm gonna put the fan on. I'll get in there and crank over. We'll see if we got some crankage going on here. Alright, fan's back on there. Sort of weird, like why would you even take that off of there? I mean, whatever. Maybe somebody was thinking the water pump was bad. Okay, battery's hooked up. Let's turn the key on. Ooh, yummy. Turn the key on. Let's see if something comes to light. Oh, that is disgusting. Headliner in my face. Alright. Nothing. My battery's dead? Huh. It moves. Alright. Dead battery. Brought the wrong one. Gotta go get the other one. Be back. Take two. It's good so far. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, it's a pain in the butt with this umbilical cord. Yeesh. Oh god. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay. Now it's working. Alright. Okay. Oh, okay. See if we got anything now. Or if we got more electrical problems. Yeah, just turn the key on. Yeah, we have a bad ground still. That, if you look at the voltmeter, kind of comes up a little bit. Yeah, this little girl's got a bad ground. Okay, I'm gonna do some hunting and some wires, and we'll see what I can find. All right, so I'm an idiot. I'll say that outright. It's a stick, right? Right. It's a standard, right? You see the stick in the floor, and the clutch pedal After about an hour chasing wires, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. What if I put my foot on the clutch like you're supposed to with a standard car? Now crank it. Jesus. Should crank it until we see some oil pressure anyways. Oil pressure yet? Oh, I can hear a spark anyway. And I crank until I see oil pressure anyways. Huh. I wonder if the oil pump died in this thing. I can hear the spark, so we got spark. That's a good thing. Oh, there we go. Oh, no we don't. Huh. I wonder if this oil pump died, and that's why it has a rod knock. But from what I'm hearing cranking it, I don't hear a rod knock. I don't smell nothing on fire yet. That's a good sign. I think we have a problem with power in the cabin. I got you set up, looking down inside the oil fill in the valve cover. I'm gonna go crank it, and I guess I'll look back at the footage and see if it looks like there's any oil coming out of there. Well, did you see anything? Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright, so no oil pressure still. No oil pressure under the cap. You can't see any oil spurting out of there. You could run it. You could put the plugs back into it. You could fire it and have it spin a little bit faster. And maybe it'll build oil pressure. I don't want to do that. It's not my car. It's not my engine. I don't want to destroy it. I'm going to pull the distributor out, and I'm going to run my my oil pump priming tool in there, and I'm going to run it until I can get some oil up the top. I'm not pulling the valve covers because then you got to put valve cover gaskets, but if I can take that cap off and I can see oil pressure in there and I can see oil coming down on the lifters, then that's okay. But just to put gas in it and try to run it, you're asking for trouble. If it's a healthy engine, which it might be because I don't hear any weird knocking, just at cranking. If it's a healthy engine and you do this without oil pressure for an engine that's sat a long time, you're going to fry the engine. You're going to wipe out the mains. You're going to kill the cam, kill the cam bearings. It's not even worth doing that. So do it right. Do it the right way. I'm going to pull the distributor out. I'm going to put my oil pump priming tool in there, and I'm going to prime it for a good 20 to 30 seconds, maybe a couple minutes. Get that oil circulating around, because the oil is in pretty good shape. But I need my oil pump priming tool. I got to pull it distributor. It'll take me 5 minutes to pull that all out, and again it takes me 5 minutes, and then couple minutes with the drill. I mean, it's not like you're gonna save time doing that. Do it the right way, or you'll cook the engine. Especially not being mine. I don't want to destroy this before he has a chance to play on it. Not gonna do that. So I'm gonna get my priming pump tool. I'm gonna pull that distributor out and prime that oil pump. Straight up. Well, there's definitely oil being pumped around in there. Put it right here like this. It does not turn, does not move, does not turn. Let me take this guy. Oil pump priming tool. The proper way to do this. There we go. Ah, really? Stinking drill. I need a zip tie to hold that. Alright, let's see if that gives us oil pressure. Freaking umbilical cord, man. Jesus. What do we got? Oh, we got like nothing. Just a little bit above that. So we got oil circulating. I think this engine's toast. I think it probably did have a pretty good rod knock at one point. Alright, things have escalated a little bit. I wasn't going to pull a valve cover off, but I spun that drill for 20 minutes, half an hour. No oil to the other side. No oil anywhere, but I found where the oil pressure is going. Check this out. I know the camera is going to be in the way, but I'm going to stand to the other side. I want you to look down there on number 7 exhaust. And I want you to look right at the very tip, right where the oil comes out from the push rod tube. I believe this engine to have a blown up lifter and not a rod knock, because it doesn't knock when you crank it. But check this out. See that? The big spurt of oil. And we ran the pan dry. It's pumping all the oil up that tube. Now you can hear the drill. So I don't think I'm going to try to run this engine, because if I try to run this engine, there's not going to be oil anywhere. So much for this video. I tried. So I believe this needs, oh my god. There we go. I believe this engine needs a set of lifters, possibly a cam. I do feel a bit of the cam chain, a little bit of slack in the cam chain when I'm using a barring the engine over. So it's kind of a bummer for this video. I mean, could always try to make it pop off, but I don't really want to do that because that lifter's more than likely collapsed, or like the way the lifter is there's a little tiny hole in it, and what the hydraulic lifter does is it uses oil pressure as a cushion. If the top of that is blown open and blown out, and that lifter has sort of internally exploded, all that oil pressure just comes blasting out like what you see. It's not something you can easily fix. You got to pull the intake off. I don't want to do that. It needs a set of lifters. It needs probably a bunch of other things. This would be a good rebuilder, like a good core to pull it apart. It doesn't have any knock. Doesn't sound bad, but I hate to say it, but I got to leave this video here. Not being my car, not being my engine. If it was mine and I didn't give a shit, I'd just try to fire it. But maybe it's got a cam in it. It's got these wicked Mickey Thompson. It's got these wicked Mickey Thompson valve covers. You know, it's got that 4-barrel intake. It does have a quadra junk, but you know, it's got the aluminum 4-barrel intake. These, you might have some more goodies in it. If you were to just run it, you would wipe the cam out, and then the engine would be no good for anything. But so, hate to say it, but I can't run this engine, so I'm done. Not bad for a back into it video. I got to see if I can find my intro. It's hidden somewhere, but all right. Sorry YouTubes. I tried. Well, I'm not one for giving up, but this has escalated somewhat, as you can tell. Mr. I'm not pulling valve covers or nothing. Yeah. I'm gonna end up having to pull out all these lifters and taking them apart and cleaning the inside of the lifter, because these are not hydraulic lifters, which I thought. But the closer you look at this engine, I mean, God, somebody spent some money on this. You've got studs, right? These aren't the push-in studs. These are twist-in studs. Guide plates. With these heads, you don't need guide plates with these heads. Somebody spent some money on this. It's probably got a good cam in it. The lifter looked pretty good when I pulled one out. But that's, I'm done working on this today. So there's going to be a part 2. I'm actually going to see if I can get this thing running. He's still convinced it has a rod knock, and I'm starting to think maybe it does have a rod knock, because if all the oil pressure was squirting out of that hole through the lifter, which it actually isn't doing now, it probably spun a rod bearing. But hey, you don't know until you try. So I'm going to invest in some intake gaskets and get some new valve cover gaskets, because, you know, blue RTV. Blech. And I'll try this again. Maybe if the parts store's got it tomorrow, I could film something tomorrow, but there's going to be a part 2. Yeah. Yeah? What the hell was yeah? See you guys. Bye. Thank you for watching, all 527 of you. Later.